Hello guys, welcome to TechPoint. This is our fifth video tutorial on C tutorial for absolute beginners. In the previous video, we have talked a little bit about operators, that what are operators and how it works. And we have seen the classification of the operators. And in the previous video, we have covered the arithmetic operators. So many other operators has been remained. So in this video tutorial, we are going to cover them all. So because I have planned three videos for this, but later I thought that we can cover it in one video. So let's try to finish it in one video. If I am not able to finish this in this video, then we will continue it in the next video. So there are many other operators, as you know, from the classification tree, that unary operator, ternary operator, assignment operator, and many more like that. So I have written the names and I have given some examples in the bracket. There are some examples. It doesn't mean that it is only this, like unary operators mean plus plus and minus minus. It is not like that. There are some examples of unary operators. So there is a spelling mistake, don't bother about that. So now we are going to see how the operators work. So first start with the unary operators. So here is the IDE. So first we have to include the header file. So I have included the header file and then I have to write the main part. And here, as we are working with unary operators mean the operators work with only one operator or one operand. So we have to declare only one operand. And now we have to tell the user to give some value to the operand. So we are printing to show that enter the value for a. And now we are telling the compiler to stop here, and we are telling that it is integer type variable, and now we are putting the value in the address of a. So here we have put the value in the address of a. So now we are seeing that if the value has been put here successfully or not is the value. Let me give here a space, and as you know the number will be printed at the place of %d, and now I'm printing it. So let's run our code, and I am giving here 5. So see, 5 is the value. Okay, let me zoom in a bit so you will be able to see this. Okay, so 5 is the value. Now we are going to operate something. So unary operators mean plus plus or minus minus. So I am giving here a plus plus. So it operate, and now I am printing the value. So I am just copy it. I will just copy it and paste it, and now I am running the code. First, just close this window, and now I'm giving here a new line operator to print it in a new line, because if we print it in the same line, then there will be no space. So it will not be helpful for us to consider which one is the new output. So now I'm giving a 12. So see here, 12 is the value, and here 13 is the value. So the value has been incremented by 1. So a plus plus, we can write it as a equals to a plus 1. That is, it just add 1 to the operator. So similarly, if we give here minus minus, what will be the output? You can guess while I am just zoom in and enter the value. Like if I give here the same value 12, now see the value is 11. So it just decrement the value by 1. That is, it is nothing but a equals to a minus 1. So if put it, just put the value by incrementing it by 1 or decrementing it by 1 in the same variable, that is a. It just does that. So it is the unary operators. So we have done the unary operators, and now coming to the bitwise operator, we are going to cover ternary operators later, because if you have a little knowledge about if else loop, then it will be helpful for you to know ternary operators. So we are going to cover it at last. So now we are going to cover the bitwise operators. So bitwise operators are nothing but which works on bits. Like if I and as we know, bitwise operator is a binary operator. We have to take here two variables. So if I give here a equals to 4, and if I give b equals to 5, and we know 4 is 100 in binary and 5 is 101 in binary. Let me give it in comment. And if you don't know what this is known as comment. So compiler will not read this line. So we can write here something. So 100 is the binary of 4, and 101 is the binary of 5. If you don't know about binary number system, you can comment down, we can make a separate video about that. But in C programming language, it is nothing about our concern to go through the binary number system. You can just know it that it is the binary operator. It is the binary of 4 and binary of 5. So if we and we have to store the output somewhere else, no, so we have to declare one more variable. So if we write C equals to A and B, so it will do nothing but it will multiply the bits. Like here it is 0 and here it is 1, so it will multiply 0 and 1, and here will multiply 0 and 0, and here it will multiply 1 and 1. So the answer should be 100. So if we print the variable, uh, let me print it, is the answer, and I am printing here C. So now I am running the code and see 4 is the answer. Let me zoom in a bit, and why 4 is the answer I am going to explain it. You can see now it is 4 is the answer. So why 4 is the answer? So you can multiply it here. Like if we, I'm going from the first bit. The first bit of two numbers are 1 and 1. So 1 into 1 equals to 1. Then it will multiply 0 into 0. So 0 or 0 is equals to 0. And then it will multiply 0 into 1. It will also be 0. So what will be the answer? The answer should be 100. And as we know, 100 is nothing but 4 in decimal number system. So it will print us 4. It will give us 4. But if we do here bitwise operator OR, what is this sign? You can find it above the enter. You have to press shift plus that key. So you will get this, and it is nothing but binary OR. So it will do here plus operation, bitwise plus operation. It will just add the bits. So the answer will not change totally, but it will change somewhere else, because 1 plus 1 is equals to 1 in binary, 0 plus 0 is equals to 0, and 0 plus 1 is equals to 1. So the answer should be 101. And as we know, 101 is 5 in decimal number system. So the answer should be 5. So let us check. And you can see the answer has been changed to 5. Here 5 is the answer. Okay. So it is all about bitwise operator, and there are more bitwise operator. You can go through it. It is not possible to cover all the operators. And now the relational operators. So as it mentioned in the name, so relational operators are nothing but which helps us to relate something. So we have to write a code snippet in some looping statement, because we have to relate something in loop only. So I am not able to uh, give you an idea about looping, but just know about it. In the next video we are going to start loops, so don't worry, just see that I am giving a equals to 5 and b equals to also 5, and we don't need c here for this code snippet. And now I am giving if a equal b, then printf a and b are equal. Okay, now I am running the code. Oh, sorry, there is a semicolon. There has to be a semicolon. I have not given the semicolon. Okay, now see, it has been printed that A and B are equal. Okay, so what does that mean? This line means that A equal B. This line checks that if A equals to B or not. It doesn't mean that B, we have to put the value of B into A. It's just check that if A equals to B or not. So if I change the value now, if I change the value now, and here a equals to b, and if it doesn't get true value, then it will come to else and print a is not equal, sorry, equal to b. Now I am running the code and see a is not equals to b. A is not equals to b. So a equals to b just checks if a equals to b or not. So it just relate a and b if they are equal or not. Okay, so this is the relational operator equal, and here is one more operator that is not equal. Here the exclamatory sign presents not. So it will check if A not equals to B or not. So if we use that, this is the first code snippet, and now I am just changing one equal to exclamatory sign, and I will print it here, and we don't need the else part. And now I am running the code. See, A is not equals to B. Now it's checking if A not equals to B or not. So as we give the A equals to 5 and B equals to 6, then A not equals to B. So it is printing A not equals to B. So it works like that. And now after we have covered the relational operators and the unary operators as well, we have to know what are assignment operators. So now assignment operators. So assignment operators, as the name suggests, it helps us to assign a value to a variable. Okay. So if I have the value of A and I want to B to have the same value of A, so I will write B equals to A. Why B equals to A? Why not A equals to B? Because the assignment operators works as right to left assignment. What does that mean? That means it will put the value of the right hand side variable to the left hand side variable. So now if I print B, percent is the value of B, now it will print the value, it will have a same value as A. See, 5 is the value of B. You can see now 5 is the value of B. But if I change the line a little bit, I will just give A equals to B. Now see, this is a garbage value. This is called the garbage value because B don't have any value, so it is showing a garbage value. Okay, so this is the relational. This is the assignment operators. So this is the assignment operator all about. You can try the plus equals to. It will something work like plus plus. So it will add one and then assign it to B. Okay, let us try this. So you will have a better idea. B B plus equals to A, and now I'm printing B. See, it just add 1 to the value of A and then assign it to B. So these are the assignment operators. So after we have complete unary operators, bitwise operators, relational operators and assignment operators, we come to logical operators. So for the logical operator, again we need a looping statement and we need more variables than 2. Now I am writing C and D. So see, I am giving A 5 and C also 5 and D equals to 6 and B equals to 6. So A and C has the same value and B and D also has the same value. And now I am writing a code snippet that if A equals to C, you now know what is equals to, it just check whether A equals to C or not. And the logical AND operator and B equals to D. So, and I am printing this is true. Let me just first run the code and then I will give you the idea and see that this is true is printed. So if you have the idea of if loop, and I have also said it before that if this condition is true, the highlighted condition is true, then only this line will be executed, else this line will not be executed. So you have, and what does this mean? This means A equals to C, that means A and C has the equal value, also B and D has equal value. And if any of the two statement, that is A equals to C and B equals to C, give us false, then the condition will not be satisfied, because in binary number system, what we know, not only binary number system, if you have the knowledge of Boolean algebra or the gates, you know that 0 and 0 is equals to 0 and 0 and 0 sorry 0 and 1 is also equals to 0. Similarly 1 and 0 is also equals to 0. Only 1 and 1 equals to 1. Let me give me just let me give commas here so you can better understand it. Okay, so if both the statements, that is both the conditions are true, then only the condition, total condition will be true. That is, and logical and means this value has to be true, also this value has to be true. Then the total condition in the if will be true. Else the if will not be true. Now let me show you by changing the value of b. I am changing the value of b to 5. So A equals to C, yes, but B no, equals to D. This is false. So A equals to C gives us 1 as it is true, but B equals to D gives us 0 as it is false. And 0 and 1 gives us 0. So this condition will be false. So this line will not be printed. So let me just run the code and see nothing is printed here. See, nothing is printed because the condition is not true. Okay. But if I change it back to 6, then the line will be printed. This is true. That see, this line is printed. So this compares that both the equations are true or not. If both the equations are true, then this will give us true. Else this will give us false. Like the AND gate. And if I change it to logical OR, then it will check if any one of the statement is true or not, because we know if OR gate there is if there is 5 or 6 statements in OR gate and any one of it is true, then it will gives us 1, like 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0, any number of zeros will give us 1. So if A equals to C and B equals to D both are true, then it will give us true. But if any one of the statement, one of the two statement are true, then also it will give us true. First, let me run it with both the statements are true and see that the line has been printed. But if I now change the value of B here to 6, sorry, to 5, now see B and D are not equal, but A and C are equal. But then also it will print the line. See, this is true. It has printed the value, no? So it is checking if any one of the value is true or not. So it works like that. Okay. So with this, we have completed the logical operators, assignment operators, relational operators, bitwise operators, and unary operators. And we have done the arithmetic operators in the previous video. So in the next video, first we are going to talk about some loops, that is if, simple if else, and something like that. And after that, we are going to cover ternary operators, because if we don't cover the if else loop, you will not understand the ternary operators. So for this video, that's it. Thank you for watching it, and if you have anything to say, then let us know in the comment section. Thank you. Bye bye.